to the country, she has been a constant for almost 7 decades. By her side and as her consort, Philip has been her constant, in a partnership of love, respect and duty. And when it comes to love stories, the Queen and Prince Philip Mountbatten's is world famous, and it's one that goes all the way back to the 1930s. But where did it all begin? Back in the summer of 1939, Princess Elizabeth was just 13 years old, and Philip, Prince of Greece, who was 5 years older than her, was about to embark on a career with the Royal Navy. Elizabeth and her sister Margaret were on a trip with their parents to Dartmouth's Britannia Royal Naval College, where they met their third cousin, Philip. According to Marion Crawford, who was the princess's governess, it was Philip's good looks, fair hair and blue eyes that attracted the young Elizabeth and even made her blush when she looked at him. The couple spent time getting to know each other, but their engagement didn't come for a while. In fact, it was 8 years later, after the war, in 1947, that the pair announced their plan to marry. And on the 20th of November that same year, the happy couple made their way to Westminster Abbey surrounded by cheering crowds to be married at a lavish ceremony. Elizabeth's dress was designed to look like a mass of flowers and the train was 18 feet long. As the princess and her new husband took to the balcony of Buckingham Palace after, crowds flocked to get a glimpse of them and to join in celebrating the happiest occasion the UK had seen since before the Second World War. Prior to getting married, Philip had given up his titles and his place in the line of succession to the Greek throne and become a British citizen. The day before the wedding, King George VI bestowed the style of Royal Highness on Philip, and on the morning of the wedding he was made the Duke of Edinburgh. The happy newlyweds spent most of their time in Malta, with Princess Elizabeth enjoying the life of a naval officer's wife as Philip moved up the Navy's ranks. During this time, the couple had their first child, Prince Charles, followed 2 years later by Princess Anne. Andrew and Edward were both born later. Little did they know that in just 5 years, Elizabeth would become Queen Elizabeth II. In 1952, Elizabeth's father, George VI, died at the age of 56, leaving Elizabeth, who was just 27 years old, to become queen. Ascending the throne meant Elizabeth had to take on the royal duties she'd spent years preparing for. Meanwhile, Philip had to adjust to being his wife's consort, with new rules imposed, like having to walk a few steps behind her in public. His dreams of a long Navy career were over. It was said to be a difficult time for Philip, who went from being a well-respected member of the Navy to the Queen's husband, as the pair travelled around the world visiting the Commonwealth. However, it seems that despite Elizabeth becoming queen sooner than anticipated, the royal couple has worked through any challenges, with royal insiders saying that the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh have had a strong relationship throughout their marriage. In 1957, Elizabeth made her husband a Prince of the United Kingdom, with his official title becoming His Royal Highness the Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. And in 1960, she acknowledged his unhappiness about their children not taking his name by deciding that they could use the surname Mountbatten-Windsor. While celebrating 50 years of marriage in 1997, Elizabeth spoke fondly of Philip, saying,
"All too often I fear Prince Philip has had to listen to me speaking. Frequently we have discussed my intended speech beforehand, and as you will imagine, his views have been expressed in a forthright manner. He is someone who doesn't take easily to compliments, but he has quite simply been my strength and stay all these years. And I and his whole family, and this and many other countries, owe him a debt greater than he would ever claim, or we shall ever know."
Philip also showed that romance was definitely still on the cards when, as a surprise for their 60th wedding anniversary in 2007, he took the Queen back to Malta and also to Broadlands, the country house in Hampshire, where they spent their wedding night. In a speech to mark her Diamond Jubilee, the Queen once again complimented Philip, saying that he has been a constant strength and guide throughout her reign. While he has clearly been an emotional support to her, he has also accompanied the Queen on many of her royal engagements. What's more, when he announced his retirement from his royal duties in August 2017, the Prince had completed over 22,000 by himself. Now, in 2020, the couple have been married almost 73 years. They have 4 children, 8 grandchildren and 8 great-grandchildren. Together, they've travelled the world and have shared total commitment to the duties and service expected of them. They've faced many challenges together, but they can look back with pride at the achievements that they have made and their relationship that has stood the test of time.